Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Al Diggy, and this video is the state of your franchise, the Washington Commanders. I dedicate this video to my man Chuck. He passed away last week, and he was a huge Washington fan. And in this video, I'm going to break down their season, what I personally thought of how they had their season, and where do I think they need to improve on. Let's get right into it. So look, grab my notes. Okay, the Washington Commanders 7-10 last year. They ended not very good, not what the fans expected, right? You know, Dallas Cowboys kind of took over that division. But hey, look, Ron Rivera, he keeps them competitive. He tries his butt off to get these guys to play hard for him, and he will. He'll get them there. I have a lot of respect for Coach Rivera. I think he'll be able to get it going. So they were 2-4 in the East. Okay, not very good. If you're a Commanders fan, you kind of want a little more out of them. But understandably, why they don't have much talent around the offensive side of the ball. A lot of injuries last year. Also, 6-6 in the conference. Okay, broke even. Okay, 3-5 at home, 4-5 away. Again, not numbers that are going to jump out at you and be like, oh, wow, they have look, it's going to take time for these guys. They have a lot of things that they need to get done. They have to, a lot of things on the offensive side of the ball. Well, number one is quarterback, and we'll get into that. But let's go to the offensive rankings right now. 23rd overall, 21st in yards, 20th in pass touchdowns, 12th in rushing. That's not bad at all. That's really good, actually. But 22nd in rushing touchdowns, though. So that means to tell me, and check this out, 26th in red zone touchdowns. So that tells me they're not very good inside the red zone, right? Rushing or passing. Again, a lot of that has to do with offensive line, quarterback, and more weapons. McLaurin there, we're going to get into him. But let's just talk about the offense really quickly. So, yeah, if you think about it, they need to go out and get themselves some weapons. They need to go get them another nasty wide receiver, whether it's in the draft or free agency, but they need to do that. They need to get now Heineke wasn't horrible, but you need someone that's more like a lot better than that, though, just to get them to play. Because, I mean, Dallas is Dallas. That division is kind of where, the Eagles, they're kind of, you don't know which way they're going with stuff either. So, and the Giants, they're rebuilding. So, let's just go into their defense over here also. Okay, their 25th total defense. Okay, this is my buddy Chuck. He, RIP, man. Like, he would always talk about his defense. Chase Young was, I think, his favorite player. Like, he's really always talking about that defense. And him and I would have a lot of banter going back and forth. And when we played them on week 3 last year and we tore that ass up, long story, I'll get into that another time. But let's get back to this. 25th total overall, 29th passing yards, 32nd passing allowed. These are all allowed. Passing touchdowns allowed. 32nd. Worst in the league. But 8th in rush yards, right? But 22nd in red zone TD. So they gave up a lot of red zone touchdowns to teams. And 17th in sacks. Middle of the road, like I said, a lot of injuries on that defensive side. Chase Young being one of them. He only played like 9 games. So, I mean, a lot of things going on here with the Washington Commanders. Let's jump right over here to Tyler Heineke, their quarterback. Again, not elite at all, but serviceable. He did an honorable job here. 494 attempts, 321 completions, 65% completion percentage. That is very, very good. 3,419 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 15 picks. Again, serviceable numbers. He didn't really hurt them too much. If they had some more weapons, to help him out here, he might have been able to do a little bit more, considering the fact. And let's go right to the running back, Antonio Gibson, 258 attempts, 1,037 yards, 4 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns. Again, 1,000-yard, running back, right? 7 touchdowns, 4.0 in average. That's very, very good. I like seeing those numbers as far as a running back goes. I mean, that's he did good. And Terry McLaurin, 77 catches, 1,053 yards, 13.7 yards per reception, 5 touchdowns. That's their number one wide receiver. He's elite. In my opinion, he's elite. But because there's no one on that team that's taking heat off him. He's getting those catches himself. So I think McLaurin is that dude. Adam Humphries and McKiskis, whatever. I can't talk shit. Anyway, JD, there we go. Honorable mentions, but their stats didn't completely blow off the fucking board there because they weren't very good. They're a weapon, but again, McLaurin here is that guy. He got those numbers with no help really. And hey, you got to give that man his credit. I think he's one of the best in the league. So I mean, as far as Washington goes, I think this is where they need to improve. They need to improve on the back end. They need definitely some secondary help all around. They got to stay healthy. That D-line could be nasty if they stay healthy. They do have a decent, really good defense, pass rush, if they can, again, stay healthy. They need a quarterback. I know Washington called every team in the league inquiring about their quarterback. Ain't nobody, Patrick Mahomes, I don't know what the hell that was about, but you're not going to get Patrick Mahomes from them. So what you need to do is either find one in the draft or just go out and, I know that Seattle said they're not going to trade Russell Wilson, but I bet you if you go out and you throw them something they can't refuse, you could get Russell Wilson. You could get Russell Wilson. You can, there's guys out there that they can shoot for that, in my opinion, if they do, it'll make them competitive. Definitely competitive. Draft some nice stud receivers. Get him some help. Things can happen for Washington. But listen, this is your boy Diggy. Again, RIP to my man Chuck. This was for you, buddy. And may y'all have a good day. And then when I know, you know.